Eli in the corner. Swings away over to the near side. Right back to Heston. Goes baseline, cut off. Nearly turned it over. It's over to Meister. Now Vincent has it. We are just underway at Parsons High School. 7.5 minutes to go in quarter number 1. Meister, guarded by Smith-Reese. Gets it out to Heston. And he will dribble back out toward half court. Lebec County being very, very patient on this opening possession.
I think they'll be fine running a lot of clock trying to limit the possessions in this game.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Heston gets around a couple of guys, puts up a 15-foot jump shot. It's an air ball, and then it's picked up and put in. Chase Carnahan snagged the air ball and put it in off the glass, and Lebec County leads it 2-0, 6:55 to go in the first quarter. Lebec County ran off a minute on that first possession. Three-pointer off the mark, no good.
Nice rebound.
Vikings got it back, and now it's loose and taken by Lebec County.
And the live stream is up and running.
So we have the live stream up and running. Vincent took steps, and they catch it across the way. He shuffled his feet. 6:36 to go in quarter number 1. Lebec County 2, Parsons 0. And Lebec County ran about a full minute off the clock on their first possession, and we may see a lot of that tonight. Jesse Jones, good to see him back on the floor. Smith-Reese penetrates, has it poked away, and he's going to get it. The ball is loose, goes out of bounds. Well, I thought it went off Lebec County. The official saw it differently, and it will go over to the Grizzlies. 6:22 to go in an opening quarter. Lebec County leading it 2-0 here in the early going. Trey Vincent into the front court, picked up by Smith-Reese. Gets it over to Carnahan on the left wing in the corner to Heston. Has it poked away, and it will stay with the Grizzlies. Coach Argabright of Lebec County calls out the play. He's in his first year, while Anthony Houck of the Vikings is in his 8th year as the head coach. Carnahan out top, guarded by Jesse Jones, over to Vincent. On the right wing. Ball poked away and run down by Meister near midcourt. He's guarded by Swanson. Now Vincent has it. They're really going to make the Vikings use a lot of energy on defense. Vincent jump stop, has nowhere to go, throws it off the rim. I think that was supposed to be a pass, and it's taken away by the Vikings. Parsons down 2-0. Jesse Jones fakes a three, now kicks it in the corner to Hickles. Gives it to Smith-Reese. Strong move to the basket. He missed it, gets it back, can't score, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, we definitely need to have a big first half from Julius. I mean, I know he's a second half guy, but we don't want to get behind.
Yeah, and you can tell every possession is going to be important because Lebec County is really going to try to shorten this game. Free throw is off the mark, no good. 6-foot senior will have one more. Again, these teams split in the regular season. Smith-Reese's second free throw is perfect. Gets the Vikings on the board. 5:29 to go in the first quarter. Lebec County leads at 2-1. Carnahan picked up by Jones at half court. Over to Heston. He's a dangerous outside shooter. Gives it off to Meister. Reverses direction. Heston finds a man open for a three. It's rounded off. No good. Rebounded by Smith-Reese. Brings it up himself to Hickles. Hickles in a little bit of trouble. Gives it to Jesse Jones. He loses it. You can tell Jesse might be a little bit rusty after sitting out with that ankle injury. Layup at the other end goes down for Eli Heston. 4-1, Lebec County on top. 4:45 to go in the first quarter. Smith-Reese, strong move on the baseline, got hacked from behind, and he will go to the line to shoot 2 more free throws.
I think one guy had a clean block and the other guy fouled him.
Yeah, I think it was Brock came down hard from behind. Otherwise, I think you're right. I think it would have been a clean block. The Vikings haven't got a whole lot going on the offensive end. First free throw a little too hard. Smith-Reese 1 out of 3 from the line here in the first quarter. Lebec County leading at 4-1, 4:40 to go in the first period. In and out and back in for Smith-Reese. 4-2, Lebec County on top. 4:35 to go. Sub-state semifinal action here at Parsons High School. Carnahan Picked up by Webb, who was just checked into the game. Heston guarded by the great defender Hickles, loses it, and it's picked up somehow by Meister. He gets into the paint, kicks out to Carnahan, and then he nearly throws it away, run down by Heston.
That thing went all the way through the lane, didn't hit anybody.
And Meister wants to go baseline. Boy, he had a path and couldn't score, then he stepped out of bounds. And I think you saw there, Swanson is a little gimpy, otherwise I don't think the guy he was defending would have been able to get around him that easily. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as the night progresses. Vikings still looking for their first field goal of the ball game. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Grizzlies lead the Vikings 4-2. Out to Smith-Reese. Gets into the paint. His floater doesn't go. Boy, he did everything right. Just couldn't get the bounce. The other end, Vincent. Stuffed. And it's a clean block, and here come the Vikings. Bounce pass is going to be stolen, and the Grizzlies have it. Vincent to Heston. He's fouled, he scores, he'll go to the line. Foul will go on Hickles. His first and the team's first. So 6-2, Lebec County on top. Jesse Jones checking back in. He will replace Hickles.
I could tell that foul was going to happen before it even happened. It was almost just like knew it was going to happen.
5'11" junior Eli Heston takes his time. It's up and it is good. So 7-2, Lebec County on top. 3:35 to go in the first quarter. Smith-Reese kicks it out to a wide open Hout, top of the key, no good, and the Vikings continue to shoot.
Yeah, they just haven't got anything to fall.
They have not been able to shoot well at all here in the early going. They still have no field goals, and they are 2 out of 4 from the free throw line. Meister with it, out top to Brock, now over to Carnahan. Vincent looking for a cutter to the basket, couldn't get it to him, so now back out to Heston. Meister guarded 3, got it! Great start for Lebec County. They lead at 10-2, 2:55 to go in the first quarter. Jesse Jones at the top of the key. Reverses direction. Boy, a tough shot is good by Jesse Jones, and how much did the Vikings need that shot?
Big time there.
10-5, Lebec County on top, 2:35 to go in quarter number 1. How about the confidence Coach Hack showing in his ball club, not calling a timeout after that 10-2 start by the Grizzlies. Meister to Vincent in front of the Viking bench, guarded tightly by Smith-Reese. Back out to Heston. Gets around Jesse Jones, kicks it in the corner. Vincent open for 3, got it! Trey Vincent gives Lebec County a 13-5 lead. Smith-Reese out to Jesse Jones at the top of the key. Jesse picks up his dribble, needs some help. Gets it to Smith-Reese in front of the Grizzly bench. Oh, great move on the baseline, and he scores off the glass. The senior coming up big for the Vikings right there. They're going to steal on the backcourt. They're going to wave off the shot, and the Vikings will take it out underneath. That was Swanson getting a steal in the backcourt. Really one of the first mistakes the Grizzlies have made in this ball game. Here comes Hickles back into the Viking lineup, replacing Ethan Hout. Griffin Eaton into the lineup for Lebec County. He is a 5'6" sophomore. Hickles to throw it in from the baseline. Gets it into Swanson. A quick 3. He got it!
Down.
Swanson is 6'1" junior. Both teams with a couple of threes here in the first quarter. 13-10. Lebec County by 3. Minute 38 to go in the first quarter. Heston to Meister. He's at the free throw line. Back to Heston. Tries to get around Hickles. Reverses direction. Vincent gets it inside to the big 6'6" freshman who just checked in. He couldn't get it to go down. That's Hudson Baker. Three-pointer at the other end. No good. Jesse Jones couldn't get it to go. That would have tied us at 13 apiece. Heston.
Wow.
Splits a couple of defenders. Oh, he missed the layup. Boy, that was a great move. He just didn't get the roll. Webb with it for the Vikings. Nobody picks him up, and he lays it in at the other end. The Vikings were down 10-2. It is now 13-12. That 8-point deficit down to 1. Grizzlies lead at 13-12, 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. And as you can probably tell at home, gym quite a bit more packed than it's been all season. Eaton with it, guarded by Jesse Jones, over to Vincent.
Yeah, they're trying to hold the last shot for sure. They definitely want to have the lead at the end of the first quarter.
Now Vincent has it with 22 seconds to go, guarded by Webb. Lebec County has shown that they can hold the ball for a minute or more if they need to. Vincent gets around Webb. Now over to Eaton with 12 seconds. Now they get it out to who they want to have the ball, and Eli Heston. Great ball handler, great shooter. Now a second foul on Hickles. That's too bad. The Vikings played great defense for about a full minute. And with 5 seconds to go in the quarter, Silas Hickles picks up his second personal. And he is such a great defender. The Vikings really need him out there on the floor. He's going to be replaced by Justin Smith, the 5'11 junior.
Hudson Baker, the freshman for Lebec County, had some really good minutes.
He's going to be a good player.
Whenever we played here.
Eaton with it. Meister guarded three at the buzzer, no good. And we have reached the end of quarter number one with your score. Lebec County 13, Parsons 12. We're back in 1 minute. This is Viking basketball on V93.
Hi, this is Brian at Bowen Pharmacy, and we are so excited to have this new compounding lab that we have created and designed to help you choose the different kind of medications that you might need. In here we do compounding, custom medications for you. We could do bioidentical hormones, so that's testosterone, estrogen, progesterone. We could do DHEA. We could do any of those medications to help you level out those hormones to help you stay healthy and better. We could do troches. We could do capsules, we can even do rapidly dissolved tablets, all right here at Bowen Pharmacy in Parsons, Kansas. We even have great diaper rash cream that will help your baby heal and be better and safer in the long run. Once again, we're always thankful that you choose Bowen Pharmacy to be your local provider and to make you better and to help you stay healthier and live longer. Thank you and enjoy the day.
And we're back at Parsons High School, 13-12. As we get going in quarter number two, the Grizzlies on top. Vikings have the basketball. Parsons looking for their first lead. Justin Smith out on the floor gives it to Hickles. Hickles out there with 2 fouls. He is guarded by the 6'6 freshman, Hudson Baker. Now he loses his dribble, gets it back. He's wanting to get around Baker. He does. Kicks it out to Hout. Jesse Jones into the paint. Off-balance shot will not go. Hickles gets it back and scores. It's his first basket. It looked like Baker was going to be able to get the rebound, but then it went off his fingertips. Vikings with a little full court press. Eaton gets it into the front court, over to Vincent.
That's our first lead, too.
That first lead for the Vikes at 14-13 here early in the second quarter. Skip pass over to Vincent, now to Baker at the free throw line as the Vikings have switched to a zone to start the second quarter. Eaton's going to try a three. It's an air ball and taken by Justin Smith of the Vikings. Jesse Jones into the front court. Finds Hickles on the left wing. He fakes a three. Now he wants to hand it off. Now he keeps it himself. Now he gives it to Hauk. Hauk looking for his first basket. Silas Hickles, strong move in the paint, and he's going to get the basket.
Two big baskets by Silas back to back.
The senior kind of wanting to take it to the freshman, I think, here.
Oh, backcourt?
That's got to be a backcourt. Good eye, Tony. It is a backcourt. I think they ended up calling a traveling violation, but I think it was also a backcourt as well. So 16-13 as the Viking pressure forces a turnover against the Grizzlies. Parsons up by 3. Parsons on a 16. They got a 14-3 run. Lebec County led 10-2 early in this game, and now the Vikings lead at 16-13.
Only their second turnover. I have us for 3. We had 3 early. Smith-Reese, good look underneath to Webb. He's going to score off the glass. Gives Smith-Reese the assist.
Vikings were very shaky early in this ball game, but they really have things going now. Leading at 18-13. Carnahan with it, out to Vincent. As The Grizzlies try to solve this 2-1-2 zone that the Vikings have out there. Skip pass to Carnahan, now to Heston. He wanted the long three, but Smith got out on him. Vincent looks over to his coach, now back to Meister. Dangerous pass. Vincent ends up with it, gets down to the big man, and he cannot score. Had a good look at it. Rebounded by the Vikings. Webb, did he take steps?
I couldn't tell, but must have.
So traveling on the Vikings, another turnover. 5:35 to go in quarter number 2. Vikings lead at 18-13. Yeah, I think Hudson Baker's going to have a really good career for the Grizzlies. He's just got to mature a little bit and work on some of those low post moves. He's the biggest guy out on the floor. Near steal out top by Swanson. Parsons leading it by 5.
Almost a steal.
Preston to Carnahan on the baseline. Kicks it out to Vincent. Now to Meister. He's open for 3. He got it. Meister with his second three-pointer of the game. He has 6 points, and that gets the Grizzlies to within 2 at 18-16. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Houck in the corner. Senior gets it out to Swanson. Guarded by Vincent. Hands off to Houck. Houck into the paint. Kicks it out. Was he fouled? Sure enough, he was fouled in the paint, and the Vikings will take it out underneath.
Meister.
Meister picks up the personal. That is the team's 4th. Vikings have only been whistled for 2 fouls. Unfortunately, both of those are on Silas Hickles, and he's on the bench right now. Jesse Jones into the lineup, replacing Justin Smith. Houck to throw it in from the baseline. Having a little bit of trouble. Way out top to Webb. Boy, got a lot of hands out there by Heston. Yeah. No call. Boy, and then near foul again. Houck kicks it out to Swanson from the deep corner. He's good again. Swanson with his second 3 of the ball game, and Parsons leads 21-16. 4.5 minutes to go in the first half, and the Vikings have a steal. Great anticipation by Houck. Smith-Reese. Bounce pass to Webb. He lost it. And it's taken by the Grizzlies. They have the man out ahead of the pack, and the layup is good at the other end by Eli Heston. He has 7 points. Missed opportunity right there for the Vikings. 21-18, Parsons by 3. Smith-Reese backs his man down. I thought maybe it was a clean block, but they got the 6'6 freshman and 2 free throws coming for Smith-Reese. Coach Argabright wants to have a word with the official.
Yeah, he's showing him that Julius bumped him, and Julius did bump him.
Smith-Reese gets the free throw to go down. He's now 3 out of 5. Pickles into the lineup, replacing Webb. 22-18 is your score. Parsons leading by 4. 4:10 to go in the first half. In and out, no good on the second one. So it's a 4-point lead for the Vikes. 4:05 to go in the first half. Carnahan into the front court. Picked up by Jesse Jones. It's up to Vincent on the left wing. Out top to Meister. The lefty picks up his dribble. Needs some help. Gets it out to Carnahan. Heston now into the paint. Tough shot. He's going to get it to go. He's the one guy on this Grizzly team that can create his own shot. He's up to 9 points here in the first half. Just a 2-point lead for the Vikes. Great drive, no good, but then an offensive foul by, or rather an offensive rebound by Hickles, and he gets fouled from behind, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Second on Meister. Oh, they call it on.
And we got it on Heston, his first.
And we'll take that.
And the team's 6th. Hickles will be the first Viking other than Smith-Reese to shoot a free throw. That looked short the whole way, and it is. Vikings not doing themselves a lot of favors at the free throw line. 3 out of 7 here in the first half. Hickles' second free throw too hard. Vikings struggling from the free throw line. Just a 2-point game, 22-20. Oh, Vincent explodes by his man, gets fouled, and he will go to the line to shoot 2. Fouled by Smith-Reese. That will be his first. 3:29 to go in the first half. It's Parsons 22 and Lebec County 20. Lebec County jumped out to a 10-2 lead back in the first quarter. They led 13-12. At the end of the first quarter, Parsons led by as many as 5 here in the second period. First free throw is off the back iron, no good. Vincent, the 5'10 sophomore, will have one more. Second one on the way. It's also too hard, and a great rebound by Smith-Reese. Here come the Vikings with the ball and a 2-point lead. Hauk puts the ball on the floor, gets to the rack, and he scores off the glass.
That's Ethan's first basket.
He's a great perimeter shooter, but he took it to the rack that time to get his first basket of the night. Vincent to Carnahan. Back to Vincent. Again, it's a 4-point lead now for the Vikes as Parsons stays in his zone. Meister kicks it out to Vincent. He wants a three-pointer. Short, rebounded by Hauk. Ethan Hauk into the front court. About lost it. Gives it to Smith-Reese. Kicks it out to Hickles. Boy, I thought he got rid of it. I thought maybe there was a traveling earlier in the possession.
That was a really late call.
But I don't know about that one on Smith-Reese, but a turnover on Parsons with 2:51 to go in the first half. Parsons leads at 24-20. Heston over to Vincent. Parsons still in a 2-1-2 trap right now. Meister goes baseline. Nobody picked. Oh, that's got to be a charge. They don't call it. And he puts it in off the glass. Meister now with 8 points and gets the Grizzlies to within 2 at 24-22. Oh, a tough three is going to be blocked by Carnahan. That probably did the Vikings a favor because that would have been an almost impossible shot by Jesse Jones.
And Meister extended his arm and pushed Julius right in his chest.
Yeah.
And there's no call. That's unbelievable.
Well, we have a timeout on the floor. Parsons leads by 2. 2:29 to go in the first half. We're back in 30 seconds. This is Viking basketball on V93. And we're back live at Parsons High School. Scott Marlowe, Tony Fuentes with you. Drew Fuentes taking care of our live video stream. Parsons leading by 2. 2:29 to go in the first half. Hauk with it in the corner. Over to Julius. Goes against the 6'6 freshman. And another traveling violation on Smith-Reese.
Yeah, we got twice as many turnovers as them. And somehow we're still in the lead, Scott.
Yeah, it was... that's really hard to believe when you look at the start that the Grizzlies had back in the first quarter.
They missed a couple of easy ones.
Yes, they did.
Baker had one down and Heston missed a layup. I mean, that's 4 points that they definitely should have had.
Carnahan with it. Quebec County looking to tie or take the lead on this trip. Baker in the corner. It's a silly turnover right through the hands of Alex Meister, the 6'2 senior. Grizzlies still haven't really solved the zone. I don't know if they were not anticipating it. I can't remember if the Vikings played this zone against them or not earlier in the year. The Vikings typically play man-to-man, but they have played some 2-1-2 zone this year. Swanson gets around his man, and with the left hand, he puts it in off the glass. Swanson with 8 points now to lead the way for the Vikings, and they lead 26-22, minute 43 to go in the first half. Heston over to Vincent.
That zone might have something to do with Swanson and Jones being a little gimpy.
That's very possible. Carnahan almost lost it. Gets to Vincent. Right back to Carnahan.
They're just wasting a lot of clock.
Now Heston has it. Minute 20 to go in the first half. 26-22. Parsons by 4. Yeah, it looks like the Grizzlies now. They get it down to the big man. He kicks it out. Heston for 3. Got it from the corner, Eli Heston. He is a great shooter, great basketball player. He now has 12 points to lead all scores. It's a 1-point ball game, 26-25. Justin Smith has it stolen away by Heston. To Vincent. His layup for the lead, no good. Carnahan gets it back, goes up, and scores. And it's a 1-point lead for the Grizzlies, 27-26 with 42 seconds to go in the first half. Hauk has it. Back to Swanson. NBA 3. Off the mark, no good. Rebounded by the Grizzlies. Argabright wants one shot. Grizzlies look like they will go into the locker room with the lead. They lead at 27-26, 18 seconds to go. Vincent wide open. He's going to go ahead and launch. And he got the roll. Unbelievable. 30-26. Grizzlies by 4 with 8 seconds to go in the half. Jesse Jones in trouble. Boy, guarded 3. Can't get it to go off the glass, and halftime is here. Long shot at the buzzer. No good, and good finish to the second quarter for the Grizzlies. They go to the locker room leading the Vikes 30-26. We'll take a 3-minute break and be right back. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93.
Parsons High School Dust Kickers. Performing this evening include freshman Kendall Young, Andrew Kelly, sophomores Chloe Carson, Carolyn Chapman, Bella Dominguez, juniors Kirsten Peakley, seniors Alyssa Keaton, in the heart. Additional members of the Dust Kickers include juniors Ashley Norma, Nina West, musician Noda, and seniors Talia West. Today's dance is choreographed and taught by seniors Alyssa Keaton, Emma Horton, and Talia West. Please enjoy the halftime performance by the Dust Kickers.
It could happen any time or place. You feel a tingle in your face. You move your arm feels weak. The words won't come when you're trying to speak. Folks may think it's all a joke, but it ain't no joke, it's a stroke. Face, arm, speech, time.
That smells fast.
Better call 911. At stroke's first sign. Time means brain, so don't waste time. Time means brain, so don't waste time. Act fast. Face, arm, speech, time. Act fast. Face, arm, speech, time. Act fast.
In an emergency, take me to Labette Health.
And welcome back, everybody, to Parsons High School Harold C. Johnson Gymnasium. We are at halftime of our sub-state semifinal game with the Labette County Grizzlies leading the Parsons Vikings at the break 30-26. And Tony, it was pretty much essentially a game of runs in the first half. Yep. Labette County started out at 10-2 run, and then Parsons actually led by 5 in the second quarter. But the rest of the way, they were outscored by 9, and the Grizzlies had some big plays there in the final 2 minutes. They lead by 4, and they've got to be feeling pretty good about things.
Yeah, Eli Heston, he's impressive. I mean, he missed that layup. Other than that, he's made just about everything. And they continue just to pass it around the perimeter. On that one possession there towards the end of the half with like a minute and 10 seconds, I thought they were just going to keep passing around. And finally, Heston's open here on the wing, and he knocks down a 3. I mean, I think if he gets an open look, he's going to take it.
Yeah, he'll shoot it when he's open, and actually there was another 3 by Trey Vincent that hit the rim about 2 or 3 times before it fell through, and Coach Argerbright really didn't want him to shoot that because he was wanting to hold for one shot. And then when I kind of looked out of the corner of my eye, and when the ball fell through, Argerbright just kind of threw his hands up and like, we'll take it. But yeah, and the Vikings, they got back into this game and took that 5-point lead with their 2-1-2 zone. But with a Labette County team that can milk the clock, if the Vikings are behind, especially going into the fourth quarter, they won't be able to play that zone.
Yep. So we're gonna have to at some point get some pressure on them, get some turnovers. I know Swanson and Jones are a little gimpy, but if we're gonna pull this out, I think we're definitely gonna have to get some steals and try to pull it closer. Yeah,
everybody assumed that this, when we saw who was going to be in the sub-state, everybody assumed it would be wide open, and it's certainly looking that way. It looks like this is going to be anybody's ball game. 30-26, Labette County leading at halftime. Real quickly, we will run down the halftime scoring totals. First for the Grizzlies, they are led by Eli Heston's 12 points. Alex Meister chipped in with 8, 6 points for Trey Vincent, and 4 points for Chase Carnahan. Vikings are led by Swanson with 8, Smith Reese with 5, Silas Hickles and Cedric Webb with 4 points apiece, Jesse Jones with 3, and Ethan Houck with 2 points in the first half. Labette County knocked down 5 3-pointers in the first half. The Vikings knocked down 3. Neither team shooting very well from the free throw line. Labette County was only up there 3 times, 1 out of 3 for 33%. Vikings just 3 out of 8 for 37.5%. And Tony, going into the second half, every point, every free throw, every possession will be critical for the Vikings.
Definitely. We have to knock down free throws anytime we're at the line. And going back to what you were talking about earlier about it being wide open in this sub-state, Independence is at Chinook, and Independence beat Coffeyville in the playing game Saturday. So, Independence is scrappy too. I mean, I feel like they're a team kind of similar to Labette County.
Yeah, they are.
They have a big guy and some good perimeter shooters. So Chinook, obviously we saw that they can shoot the 3, and who knows what's going to happen down there. If Chinook has a cold night shooting 3s, Independence could be right in the middle of that game. So
yeah, I picked Chinook to win that game, but if I find out here in another hour or so that Independence pulled the upset, I wouldn't be that surprised either.
Yeah.
So again, your halftime score: Labette County 30 and Parsons 26. We'll be back with the second half after this 2-minute commercial break. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93.
At Wood Doolahary Insurance, 2020 is over. We're looking forward to a great 2021. The Chiefs are looking strong, and so are we.
Zoom calls are still part of everyday office life, and we're still social distancing.
But the one thing that didn't change, our commitment to customer service. We helped file claims when summer thunderstorms brought wind and hail damage, and continued to find customers affordable coverage options for home, auto, business, and farms. Wood Doolahary Insurance, a true constant in a year of change.
And proud partner of Auto Owners Insurance.
At Labette Health, we've earned our place as a top 100 hospital in the nation for joint replacement. Serving a 6-county area since 1961, Labette Health has also earned national recognition as a respected regional medical center renowned for its comprehensive healthcare services and commitment to high-quality patient care. With over 80 physicians and providers throughout southeast Kansas, Labette Health is 100% devoted to medical excellence. For more information or to find a provider near you, call 620-421-4881 or visit LabetteHealth.com.
I'm a patriot and a mechanic, which means I know the difference between a symbol and a tool. The American flag is a symbol of everything that I would die to defend. This is a tool. It says nothing about my politics. I wear it to protect the people that I love. We have a job to do, and this is the right tool for that job.
are back live at Harold C. Johnson Gymnasium, close to the start of the second half. Grizzlies leading the Vikings 30-26. And Tony, I don't know if this means anything, but the two Viking starters that are a little gimpy tonight, a little banged up, Swanson and Jones, really didn't take part in the shoot-around at halftime, and I don't know if they were just letting them rest.
Yeah, they're going.
One of them, Swanson, will go out. And Jesse Jones is going to, I'm pretty sure he's going to play here in the second half, but he is not starting the second half. We are just about ready for third quarter action. The Grizzlies will have the first possession. Their biggest lead of the night has been 8. The Vikings' biggest lead of the night has been 5. And we're underway in quarter number 3, 16 minutes away from a trip to the Sub-State Championship for one of these two ball clubs. Vincent out top as the Vikings open up in a man-to-man. Pickles with those 2 fouls on Heston. To Meister on the baseline. May have been partially blocked. Great rebound by Hauk. Hopefully Hauk can get going on the offensive end here in the second half for the Vikes.
Yeah, he really hasn't had an open look for 3 yet.
Wanted to take it there, but Meister got out on him. Pickles with it. Vikings got to stop on their first defensive possession and see if they can get a basket right here. Hickles has a path to the basket. Great look. And laying it in off the glass is Smith Reese. Give the assist to Silas Hickles. Parsons to within 2 at 30-28. 7:05 to go in the third quarter. Carnahan on the left wing, guarded by Webb. To Heston up top. Hickles on Heston. That is a great matchup. Carnahan gets around his man. Maestro, the lefty, puts up a 3. That one's off the mark. No good. Great rebound by Silas Hickles. Now over to Swanson. He wants a 3 for the lead. Off the mark, no good, but Webb with a great offensive board, and he scores, and we're tied at 30 points apiece.
Out the roll.
Good start by the Vikings here in the third quarter. We are tied at 30, 6.5 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Heston hands it off to Carnahan. You can tell this Grizzly team is much more fluid on the offensive end than they were back in December.
Yeah.
Vincent, dangerous pass, stolen by Swanson. 2-on-1 break, gives it off to Smith Reese, and he lays it in. 6-0 burst by the Vikings to start the third quarter. Coach Argabright looks at Heston and says, hey, slow it down, take it easy. Beck County still wants to be patient on offense. Vincent, back to Carnahan. Guarded by Webb, gets a screen out top. Pass knocked away, ends up in the hands of Meister. He goes up and scores off the glass. Nicely done by the 6'2 senior. He is in double figures with 10 points, and we're tied at 32. Smith Reese fakes the 3. And then the pass knocked out of bounds by Brock of Lebec County. It will stay with the Vikings. 5:38 to go in quarter number 3. We are tied at 32 points apiece. Hauk to throw it in from the baseline. Gets it into Hickles in the corner. Takes a couple of dribbles. Takes it out to Smith Reese for a 17-footer. He got it!
6 quick points for Julius.
Julius up to 11 for the game. We've talked the last month or so about how great he's been in the second half. Tough jumper is going to be an air ball by Eli Heston, rebounded by Smith Reese. Brings it up the floor by himself. Great bounce pass to Webb, and then great defense by Brock. Gets the steal. Heston, 2-on-1 to Vincent. Goes into Hickles. No call. Who's going to get the loose ball? Ball still loose. Swanson has it. Fakes a 3. Bounce pass out to Ethan Hauk. Now to Hickles. He will try the 3. And cannot get the roll. Battle for the loose ball. Goes out of bounds off Carnahan, I believe. It will stay with the Vikings. 34-32. Vikings by 2. 4:52 to go in the third quarter. Starting point guard Jesse Jones checking into the lineup for the first time in the second half, replacing Webb. Parsons leading by 2. Their biggest lead of the night has been 5. Hickles with it. Gets a screen. Now he's double teamed. Kicks it out to Hauk for a guarded 3. It's going to be an air ball. Heston lost it out of bounds. So he's going to have words with the official.
Yeah, he's like, I was never out of bounds. I don't think he was.
Vikings may have caught a break. And we have a timeout. Well, they'd already handed the ball to the Vikings. I didn't think they could call timeout in that situation, but
the ref wasn't looking at the ball.
So Lebec County calls a 30-second timeout. We'll just keep it right here at the gym. Tony, about as good a start as the Vikings could have hoped for. They were they've been in a lot of close games, and you're like, okay, we need a good start in the second half, and it hasn't happened. But tonight the Vikings have gone from down 4 to up 2.
Yeah, a good 8-2 run there to start the second half, and did it all with Jesse Jones on the bench, trying to give him a little bit of a breather, trying to hopefully that ankle will be okay for him to get some good minutes here, and hopefully we can continue to play good with him on the floor.
And Smith Reese didn't have a field goal in the first half. He had he had one field goal rather in the first half, 5 points total, and then he has a quick 3 field goals here in the third quarter. He now has 11 points to lead the way for the Vikes. Parsons gets it into Houck, fakes a 3.
He should have shot that.
Yeah, he had a pretty good look at it. Jesse Jones cut off at the free throw line. Smith Reese has a path to the basket, and he scores! Got around the 6'6 freshman, and Smith Reese with 8 points in the third quarter alone. He has 13. He leads all scorers in this ball game.
He's a second half man.
36-32, Vikes by 4, 4:18 to go. In quarter number 3, the winner of this game will get the winner of Chanute Independence, being played right now up in Chanute. Meister with a great move in the paint. His little floater goes, and he's fouled. Alex Meister with 12 points on the night. 6'2 senior playing very well, and that is the third foul on Silas Hickles. Meister's free throw on the way, spins out, and then ends up going down somehow. So he completes a 3-point play, and it is a 1-point ball game, 36-35. Parsons by 1, 4 minutes to go in the third period. Smith Reese in the corner. Gets it out top to Swanson. Tough jump shot is just short and rebounded by Baker, the 6'6 freshman. Eli Heston with it. Grizzlies can take the lead on this trip. Vincent in the corner to Carnahan. Back to Vincent. Out to Meister. Back to Vincent. Vikings in a man-to-man. Baker with it. Back out to Heston. Heston splits a couple of defenders. Missed the layup. Oh, and a late whistle. A very late whistle. And they're going to get Smith Reese with his second personal. Heston with 12 points in the first half. He's 1 out of 1 from the free throw line, trying to get this game tied at 36 points apiece, and he does. He's an excellent free throw shooter. Cedric Webb checking in to the Viking lineup for Jesse Jones. 36-36, 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Heston's second free throw is perfect.
Pretty good free throw
points.
Shooter.
Yeah, he definitely don't want him on the line late. Silas Hickles hands off to Swanson. Swanson against Carnahan, backs him down. Tough shot in the paint, goes! It counts, and he is fouled. Swanson in double figures with 10. Yeah, that's a tough matchup for Chase Carnahan. I would say, if Swanson was 100%, I don't see any way Carnahan would be able to stay with Swanson in a one-on-one matchup. Swanson's free throw is good. So the Vikes lead by 2, 39-37, 3:15 to go in quarter number 3. Heston with it, bounce pass to Baker. Around the top of the key, Meister gets around 1 man, gets around 2 men, and his jump shot from about 8 feet out is good.
Meister's having the game of his life here.
We're tied at 39. Silas Hickles hesitates, gives it off to Smith Reese, gets around 1 man, gets fouled from behind, and they're going to say it was on the floor, and the Vikings will take it out underneath.
Might be on Hudson Baker. Yep.
Sure enough. You can tell Baker is a freshman. You can just tell he's just not quite as comfortable as some of the other guys that are out on the floor right now. 3-pointer by Houck. Off the mark, no good. He hasn't been able to find the range here tonight. So it's a tie ball game, 39 points apiece. 2:42 to go in the third quarter. Heston out top, guarded by Hickles. Again, Silas has 3 fouls. He's the only player in any kind of foul trouble. Baker takes 1 dribble, having trouble, gets rid of it. Now it's stolen away. Vikings have it. Swanson with it. Vikings trying to grab the lead here. Hickles fakes a 3. Now he's in trouble, gets it off to Smith Reese on the right wing. Smith Reese In the paint, kicks it out to Swanson. Paxton almost had it poked away. Nobody picked up Houck, so he goes all the way to the basket and scores. Great job by Houck, realizing his outside shot isn't falling tonight. He's got a couple of layups on nice drives to the basket. Parsons by 2, minute 55 to go in the third quarter. Great rivalry between Labette County and Parsons. Looks like this will be a great one to add to the history books here tonight. Vikings lead by 2 with a minute 43 to go in the third quarter. Parsons in a stingy man-to-man. Webb guarding Heston. Kicks it out to Meister, who's had a huge night. Has it poked away. The Vikings have a steal. Silas Hickles. It's a 2-on-1. Hickles keeps it himself and lays it in off the glass.
Move there.
Hickles with 6 points, and Parsons leads by 4 with a minute 25 to go in the third quarter. Vincent with a great look underneath to Baker. Then he took steps. They didn't call it. Ball is loose, and Carnahan ends up with it for the Grizzlies. Now Meister loses his dribble, gets it back, but he needs some help. You need a timeout. Sure enough, we have a timeout on the floor by Labette County. Minute 10 to go in the third quarter. Parsons leads at 43-39. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Viking basketball on V93.
It could happen any time or place. You feel a tickle in your face. You move your arm feels weak. The words won't come when you try to speak. Folks may think it's all a joke, but it ain't no joke. It's a stroke. Face, arm, speech, time. That smells fast. Better call 911. At Stroke's first sign. Time means brain, so don't waste time. Time means brain, so don't waste time. Act fast. Face, arm, speech, time. Act fast. Face, arm, speech, time. Act fast.
In an emergency, take me to Labette Health.
And we're back live at Parsons High School. The Vikings have outscored Labette County 17-9 here in the third period. And as a result, the Vikings are leading at 43-39. Labette County led by 4 at the break. They've led by as many as 8. The Vikings have led by as many as 5. Grizzlies get it into Vincent. Now in the corner to Meister, who's had a huge night with 14 points. Actually 15 points, rather. Baker with it. Almost lost it. Now to Heston. Heston at the top of the key. And they get it to Meister for a 3 in the corner. That one is short. And great rebound. Who ends up with it? Smith Reese. Took it away from Jesse Jones. So the 6-foot senior brings it up the floor. Jesse thought about a 3. Swanson on the left wing. Labette County in a man-to-man right now. Parsons leading by 4. About 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Parsons may be trying to hold for the last shot. Unless something changes here in the last half minute. The Vikings also get the first possession in the fourth quarter. Oh, a great drive by Swanson. He got hammered. No call. And they're going to say it went off the Vikings. I thought it went off Labette County, but I didn't have a great look at it. And with 19 seconds to go in the third quarter, Labette County has it.
26-20 Indy, almost in the third quarter.
So Indy looking to spring the upset against Chanute up north. Heston with 7 seconds, kicks it out to Meister. Has it poked away, and Heston gets it back. 2 seconds, it's going to be a guarded 3 at the buzzer. No good, and we will go to the fourth quarter with the Vikings leading at 43-39. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Viking basketball on V93.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Brian at Bowen Pharmacy, and today I'd like to visit with you about how you take your medications. Did you know that when you miss 2 doses per week, that's 3.5 months out of the year that you missed your medications, and that can have detrimental effects on your health in a long time period. Here at Bowen Pharmacy, we have this great new machine called the Rapid Pack RX, and what this machine does is it takes all your medications, filters it down, and puts in this nice strip right here that you can pull out of this box. And at any time of the day that you need your medication, it's right here ready for you. Whether you take it 1 a day, 2 a day, 5 a day, or 6 times per day, we can make that happen for you. It's all interfaced with our pharmacy system, and when it runs through, it puts all those times down for you. It even prints the medications on the strip, and you can take it throughout the day without having to take your bottles with you. It helps you stay compliant, helps you stay healthy, and it's going to give you a long life to live to enjoy. Here at Bowen Pharmacy, we're always thankful that you choose us to be your local provider. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
And we're back live at Parsons High School just in time for the start of quarter number 4. Labette County going to pick up the intensity on the defensive end. Parsons has the first possession. Vikings leading at 43-39. 8 minutes away from a trip to the Sub-State Championship. Great look underneath from Swanson to Silas Hickles, and he puts it in off the glass. And the Vikes now have their biggest lead, believe it or not, of the night at 45-39. Vincent, guarded by Hickles, out near midcourt. Now over to Carnahan. He's guarded very tightly by Jesse Jones. Vincent gets a screen from Baker. They tried to get it down to Baker, and it's poked away. Somehow Baker gets it back. Oh, that's going to be foul number 4 on Hickles.
Man, I thought it was a block.
You know, and it's too bad that Hickles was so close. He read that pick and roll beautifully, and he had the steal, and somehow it squirted through his hands, ended up in Baker's hands, and then Baker went up to score and was fouled, and now Hickles, with 7:24 to go in the game, has 4 fouls. Baker's free throw, good. Nice looking stroke by the 6'6 freshman. He gets his first point of the night. With 4 fouls, Hickles will head to the bench. Again, he picked up 2 back in the first quarter. He's replaced by Webb. Here comes Griffin Eaton, 5'6 sophomore. He will replace Vincent. Vincent came off limping at the end of the third quarter, so he may not be 100% down the stretch.
Yeah.
45-40, Vikes by 5.
Surprising that was his first point of the game for Baker.
Yeah, he's had some pretty good looks at the basket. Just haven't been able to get it to go down. 6'6 freshman, second free throw off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Smith-Reese. These Viking seniors know this could be their last ball game in a Viking uniform. They will fight to the end. Webb to Smith-Reese, back out to Jesse Jones, the point guard, guarded out there by Eaton. 7:05 to go in our game. Parsons leads by 5. Swanson guarded closely by Carnahan. Swanson dribbles into the corner, loses it, and somehow he saves it, and we've got a timeout to save the possession. That was a pretty athletic play by Swanson to save that possession. So a timeout called quickly by Coach Hauk. 45-40, Vikes lead by 5, 6:52 to go in the game. We'll keep it here at the gym. And
yeah, he stood up there. I thought they were going to call it travel, but luckily...
Yeah, I think he'd either maintained his dribble or we got the timeout just in time.
We'll take it, no matter what. 29-21, Indy, 7 minutes to play in the game.
So things are getting nervous for the Blue Comets up at Chanute High School as Independence looks to spring the upset. I know a lot of people thought Independence could go in there and hang with Chanute. You got the great coach in Brad Smith. They got the big kid Ewing in the middle. And don't forget, Chanute, a very, very young team.
Yeah.
Hauk to throw it in for the Vikings. Look out, way out top into the backcourt to Jesse Jones. Jones pulls up at the free throw line now, out to Smith-Reese. He puts the ball on the floor. Boy, he got fouled. No call, out to Webb. He fakes the 3, and then he has it poked away by Brock. Brock tries to slow it up, almost has a steal. It is a steal. Who has it? The Vikings did get it. Webb up ahead to Smith-Reese, ahead of the pack. He scores! Big moment in this ball game. And the Vikes lead 47-40 with 6:23 to go. That's Parsons' biggest lead of the night. Carnahan fakes a 3. Carnahan at the top of the key. Not really looking to shoot. Now gives it off to Eaton as it poked away. Hauk maybe went off the Grizzlies, but the official said no, it's going to stay with Labette County.
That was a good try by Ethan just to say, yep.
It's worth the effort. Heston gets it into Carnahan, still guarded by Webb. Goes baseline. Vikings very aware of where Heston is at all times, but he gets a screen, launches a 3, and gets it. Eli Heston, can't give him an inch. 17 points to lead all scores. That gets it down to a 4-point game, 47-43. Vikes on top, 5:45 to go in our game. Swanson gets around Carnahan, still cut off on the baseline, nowhere to go. Lost his dribble, gets it back. Now gets it to Ethan. Boy, a lot of contact down there. Guarded three. Good! What a shot! Wow. Swanson knocking it down after the Vikings got mugged the entire possession. 50-43, Vikes by 7, 5:20 to go in the game. Heston to Carnahan on the left wing. Meister got left alone as the Vikings came out to double team on Heston, and he gets fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2. Hout picks up the personal, just his first. Neither team in the bonus yet. 4 team fouls on the Vikings and just 2 on the Grizzlies. Baker and Vincent will check in after this first free throw by Meister that is good. Meister has had a great night for the Grizzlies. He leads the way with 16 points. Actually, it's Eli Heston leading the leading scorer with 17, but Meister right behind him with 16. They're keeping the Grizzlies right in the thick of things. Second free throw is also good. 5-point ball game, 50-45. Vikes with the lead, 5:10 to go in our ball game. Jesse Jones out top, working on Vincent. Wants to take him all the way down to the basket, can't score. He's fouled on the floor, and the Vikings will take it out underneath. Trey Vincent picks up the personal, his second. Just the team's third here in the second half, so neither team that close to being in the bonus. Halk in the corner to Swanson. That three's going to be way off the mark. Rebounded by Heston. He wants to run. Up ahead to Vincent. Can he run it down? He does. He saves the possession for the Grizzlies now. He attacks the basket, missed the layup. Baker tried to get the offensive board, couldn't handle it. Here come the Vikings. A little floater in the lane. Goes down. It counts! And a foul. Jesse Jones will go to the line to try to complete the three-point play.
I thought for sure they were going to call a charge.
I thought they were going to wave it off too.
Wow.
Foul was on Meister, his second.
Unbelievable.
Vikes lead by 7, 52-45, 4:43 to go in our ball game. And that free throw's off the mark. The Vikings continue to struggle from the free throw line, but they have a steal. And then the Grizzlies get it back, and they'll have numbers at the other end. Layup goes down for Heston. He has 19 points. 5-point lead for the Vikes at 52-47, 4:25 to go in our ball game. Smith Reese splits a couple of defenders, kicks it out to Hout, goes baseline, can't score, tip try, no good, rebounded by Baker, the 6'6 freshman.
Oh, man.
Outlet pass to Meister, up ahead to Carnahan. Baker in the corner, Heston open for three. Finally misses one, and a great rebound by the 5'9 Jesse Jones. 4 minutes to go in the game, Vikes lead by 5. Silas Hickles will return for the home stretch. 18-footer goes down!
Man,
Jesse Jones just dribbled down. Coach Huck wanted to time out and couldn't get it. He wanted to get Silas Hickles in the game.
Man.
Vikes lead by 7, 3:45 to go. Heston trying to make something happen on the baseline. Now gives it out to Vincent. Back to Meister. Carnahan has it poked away. Great defense by Smith Reese. Smith Reese against Heston. He scores! And we have a timeout on the floor by the Vikings, who have their biggest lead of the night at 56-47 with 3:28 to go in the game. No doubt Tony, who has the momentum going down the stretch.
This is awesome.
Vikes lead by 9, 3:28 to go. We'll take just a 30-second break. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93. No, but he said there's something wrong with the audio. The video stream is okay. back live at Parsons High School. 3:20 to go in our ball game. Vikings have their biggest lead of the night at 56-47. So Labette County will have to play really well these final 3 minutes to get it to Meister in the corner. Nice move. And he scores off the glass. He has been absolutely phenomenal for the Grizzlies tonight. 7-point lead for the Vikes. Pickles almost loses it in the backcourt. Now hands it off to Swanson. And both teams can be very aggressive on defense because nobody's in the bonus, and we have a steal at the other end. The shot goes down for Meister. Back-to-back baskets by the senior, and it all of a sudden it is a 5-point lead for the Vikes at 56-51. 2:42 to go in our game. Vikings starting point guard on the bench. Jesse Jones getting ready to check back in at the next opportunity. Cedric Webb in the corner to Houck. On the baseline, picked up by Smith Reese. Reverse layup. Goes down. What a shot by Smith Reese.
14 in the second half.
And 19 for the game. Vikes lead by 7, 58-51. 2:15 to go. Meister in the corner to Carnahan. Grizzlies get it out to Vincent now. Poked away. The Vikings have it. Then a near steal. Somehow Smith Reese still gets it, and he scores off the glass. The 6-foot senior has taken over in the second half. Do we also have a foul? We have a delay of game warning on Cedric Webb. I don't know if he poked the ball away after it went through the basket or not. But Julius Smith Reese, 4 field goals in the third quarter, 4 field goals in the fourth quarter. He now leads all scorers with 21 points. 60-51, Vikes lead by 9, 2 minutes to go. Here comes Heston into the front court. Labette County down by 9. Meister, tough shot in the paint, will not go. Smith Reese lost the rebound. It's picked up by the 6'6 freshman Baker, and he lays it in for his first basket of the night. 7-point lead for the Vikes, minute 45 to go. Jesse, great look underneath to Webb. Did he lose it? Yes, he did. It went right through his hands. So the Vikings give Grizzlies new life. Just a 7-point lead for Parsons. 4 team fouls on each team. Although there haven't been very many fouls called, Silas Sickles does have 4 personals. And for a whole host of reasons, you know, Coach Houck wants Sickles to stay out on the floor for the rest of this game. Webb guarding Heston. 3-possession game right now. Vikes lead at 60-53, minute 35 to go in the game. Heston gets around his man, a little floater in the lane, short. Comes out to Vincent. Carnahan in the corner to Eaton. Now Heston gets around his man, gets a couple guys in the air, and foul number 5 on Silas Sickles. Silas Sickles is fouled out. Finishes his night with 8 points. Did a great job on the defensive end. It was those 2 early fouls, Tony, that did him in.
Oh, yeah, he knows it.
So this puts the best free throw shooter for either team on the free throw line. He'll be shooting 2 and can get the Grizzlies to within 5 if he hits both of them. Heston with 19 points on the night. Free throw on the way. Got it. Minute 20 to go in our game. The winner of this one plays the winner of Chanute Independence, which is still up for grabs.
It's a 1-point game. Indy's leading 31-30 with 2:42 to play.
Low-scoring affair up in Chanute. Second free throw by Heston. Got it. Hasn't missed one tonight. Full-court press by the Grizzlies. Vikes get it in to Smith Reese. Gets around the 6'6 freshman, exposed to the basket, and scores again! 6-foot senior Smith Reese will not be denied tonight. 62-55, 7-point lead for the Vikes. 1 minute to play. Grizzlies will have to go quickly on every possession. Meister with it. Almost loses his dribble. Kicks it out to Heston. Going to take a long 2. He is good again, and a timeout on the floor. Grizzlies will not go away quietly. 62-57. Vikes lead by 5 with 49 seconds to go in our ball game. It's a full timeout, but we will still keep it here at the gym. Tony?
Yeah.
We thought we'd be in for a good second half. We've actually experienced a great second half by both teams. I feel like the Vikings have been the better team in the second half, and that would be apparent that they've outscored Labette County by 9 points in the second half. But, you know, Smith-Reese has been huge. Swanson had a big 3 in the fourth quarter. Heston and Meister have just been lights out for the Grizzlies.
Alex Meister continues to impress me. I mean, he's smooth. Coming in from that left side, I mean, he just lays it in there, and he can pull up from the outside. I mean, he's phenomenal. Both of them. Heston, I think he's only missed 2 or 3 shots on the night. I mean, you can't say enough about those two guys. They've had a great game.
So Labette County will pick up full court. The Vikings will have to take excellent care of the basketball. It's just a 5-point lead, and both teams with fouls to give. In fact, the Grizzlies still have 2 fouls to give, so they will be very aggressive on defense. Vikes get it in the corner, and they just lost it out of bounds, but right off the hands of Jesse Jones. I think he was possibly expecting a bounce pass. So maybe half a second went off the clock, and the Grizzlies have the ball back. What a big moment in this ball game. Quickly they get it into Carnahan. You know, they want to get it to Heston if possible. Eaton has it. Now top to Meister. He's the other hot hand. He lost it. Jesse Jones has it. He's fouled. They don't call it. Fouled a second time. And they will wave off the basket as Heston was intelligent play by the 5'11 junior. It saved a layup by the Vikings, and Parsons is not in the bonus yet either. But what a big defensive play by the Vikings. They lead by 5, 62-57, 36 seconds to go. Vikings having trouble getting it in. Now they get it into Smith-Reese. He wants to make a move, kicks it out to Jesse Jones, and now the Vikings are going to try to melt the clock, and now a touch foul after all the muggings we've seen tonight. We have a little touch foul out at half court. That will be team foul number 6.
Yeah, the next foul definitely be 1-1.
Yep, and
hopefully we can run another 4 or 5 seconds off the clock before that.
Swanson wants it. They couldn't get it to him. Now they get it into Jesse Jones, and he's shoved from behind. You know, back in the day, that would have been an intentional foul. Yep. They don't usually call that unless it's really aggressive. But back in the day, if they knew you were chasing and you shove a guy with 2 hands in the back, it would have been an automatic intentional foul. As it stands, a 1-and-1 coming for Jesse Jones. Boy, he shoots it quickly and gets the roll. Jesse Jones, 5'9" sophomore, knocks down the front end. He has 8 points, and this is a big one coming up. This will make it a 3-possession game if he can get it to go. Vikes lead by 6. Second free throw is good. Vikes lead by 7. Eli Heston into the front court, tripped from behind. Somehow he stayed on his feet. Bad pass, and it is going to be a turnover, and that should do it. 20 seconds to go, and the Vikings can take care of the basketball and knock down a couple of more free throws. They will be headed to the sub-state championship game, and we have a timeout called by Anthony Houck. 7-point lead for the Vikes, 20 seconds to play. We will step away for a 30-second break. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93.
If you want to help others, then join Labette Community College Dental Assistant Program to place yourself in a field with rewarding income potential, job growth, mobility, and a career that's ever-changing. Start today for an engaging career, which may serve as a starting point to become a hygienist or dentist. Earn a certificate in as little as 9 months or an associate's degree in dental assisting in as little as 2 years. Earn your dental assistant degree for as little as $119 per credit hour. Call today to find out more about this exciting program being offered at the LCC Cherokee Center near Pittsburgh.
Well, what a night of high school basketball it has been. Viking basketball brought to you this season by Labette Health and Bartlett Co-op. 64-57, Vikes lead by 7 with 20 seconds to go in the game. Right, the Vikings have the basketball. They're also in the 1-and-1. Labette County will have to go for an immediate steal. If they don't get it, they'll have to foul. Vikings have had to play very well in the second half. This has been a gritty, gutsy Grizzly ball club here tonight. Houck to throw it in, having some trouble, and he burns another timeout. The Vikings couldn't get it in, so nice defense by the Grizzlies. It's another full timeout, 64-57, but we'll just keep it here at the gym. Tony, is there any update on the Chanute game?
Chanute just scored a couple of baskets. Chanute's leading by 3 with 42 seconds left. Independence has the ball.
So a nice little comeback by Chanute because they were in a world of hurt about halfway through the fourth quarter, but that young Chanute team now leads by 3 late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it looks like Cam Kester, from the looks of it, has been the one that's been pulling them through here.
Yeah, anybody that's watched Chanute even once this year is familiar with that name.
Yeah, he's solid.
So here at Harold C. Johnson Gymnasium, the Vikings lead 64-57 with 20 seconds to go in our ball game. The Vikings coming out of this timeout just have to make sure they get the ball inbounds. Last go around they weren't able to get it in, and Ethan Houck burned a timeout. Houck, Smith 3, Swanson, Jones, and Webb on the floor for the Vikes. Silas Hickles is fouled out. And now we have a foul before the ball was thrown in. It's going to send Paxton Swanson to the line for a 1-and-1. Carnahan picked up the foul, his third. Yeah, and these teams had a couple of games that ended up being not all that competitive in the regular season. They split the regular season series. Boy, but this has been a treat tonight. Calmly knocking down the front end of the 1-and-1 is Paxton Swanson. So even though playing on that sore foot, he has 15 points.
Yeah, he's definitely played what we needed him to.
And second free throw off the back iron, no good, but Mr. Everything, Smith Reese with the offensive board, and he's fouled. 65-57, Vikes by 8, 17.9 seconds. In case you're joining us late, Julius Smith Reese, no field goals in the first half. He has 9 field goals in the second half. Front end of the 1-and-1, in and out and back in, he got it. 24 points tonight for Smith Reese. This will not be a career high, but getting pretty close for the 6-foot senior as he gets the second free throw to go down. Vikes have their first double-digit lead of the night at 67-57. That was a traveling violation right as he got across half court by Griffin Eaton, and Coach Argabright knows this ball game is over. The Vikings are going to hang on and win it. What an effort by the Grizzlies, but they're going to fall just short. They'll finish their year at 7-13. Out to throw it in, gets it into Swanson, and he's fouled, and he will go to the line to shoot 2 as the Vikings are now in the double bonus the rest of the way. Meister picking up his third personal. Trent Brock, 6-foot senior, will check in after the first free throw. Swanson with 15 points. Free throw on the way is good, make it 16.
Got a 1-point game in Chanute right now. They fouled Easton Ewing, and he made both free throws. 24 seconds down in Chanute.
A lot of nervous fans and nervous players in that ball game for sure. Swanson's second free throw will roll in. Vikes lead 69-57, just 14 seconds to go. Boy, the Vikings commit a foul. Well, they had fouls to give, or at least one foul to give, and so that's why they did it, just to have the Grizzlies run a little time off the clock. We'll see coaches do that. Justin Smith is going to check in and replace Julius Smith Reese, who had an absolutely monster second half for the Vikings. He even gets congratulations on his way off the court from Brad Argabright. Nice piece of sportsmanship by the Grizzly head coach. Hudson Baker going to do a lot of good things for the Grizzlies. 6'6" freshman checks in, while the 6-foot senior for the Vikes, 6'1" senior Ethan Houck checks out in what may be the final home game for these Vikings, depending on what happens up in Chanute. John Kula has just checked in for the Grizzlies. Trent Brock, 6-foot senior, checks out for the last time as a Grizzly. Cooper Peak, 6-foot senior, checked in, and now he checks out. He will walk off the floor for the final time as a Grizzly. Junior John Redford, 5'10 junior, will check in now, as will Easton Hodge and Russell McCarty. Cedric Webb checks out for the Vikings, as does Paxton Swanson. J.J. Kendrick, 5'11 freshman, will get some time on the floor, along with Trey Mack, another freshman. Gatewood out there for the first time tonight, the 5'7 senior. Vikes lead by 12 seconds to go in the game. Redford takes the inbound pass, gets into the front court, 6 seconds to go. Almost has it poked away with 4 seconds. Baker with it. Shot at the buzzer will not count, and the Parsons Vikings, for the 5th consecutive year, advance to the sub-state championship game. They knock off Lebec County by a final score of 69-57. We'll take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back with the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. This is Viking basketball on B93. Yeah, we are back live at Parsons High School, 69-57. Parsons Vikings get a 12-point win over the Lebec County Grizzlies to advance to the sub-state championship game. And Tony, it wasn't easy. No. The Grizzlies jumped out to a 10-2 lead, had that 8-point lead. They actually led by 4 still at halftime, and we were a little bit worried, well, if this holds up going into the fourth quarter, is it going to be deja vu where they just kind of milk the clock and then hit their free throws? Boy, but the Vikings really took control in the second half, and my gosh, Julius Smith-Reese, the 6-foot senior, talk about a guy who was not ready for his high school career to come to an end. Yeah. He explodes for 20 points in the second half, 25 for the game, and Vikings win at 69-57, and what a night. We do know the Vikings are headed up to Chanute Friday night. Blue Comets hung on for a hard-fought 3-point win over Independence.
Yeah, Chanute made free throws down the line. I mean, it looked like Cam Kester, just every time they had the ball, he had the ball, and he knocked out some free throws for him. So, unfortunately, we're not going to get play here, but right. we're still playing. So, yeah. So that's awesome.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, Coach, can you talk for one minute, and then we'll go to the seniors? Here you go, Coach. Coach, here you go.
Did you want me first?
Yeah, you can go first. That's fine. Whichever you want to do. And we're joined now by head coach Anthony Houck, and then we're going to talk to the seniors as well. So, Coach, we'll make this fairly quick.
Yeah.
As you know, this was the seniors' final game at home because Chanute pulled one out by the skin of their teeth against Independence tonight, 3-point win. Tough start for your ball club tonight, falling behind 10-2. First question, talk about the confidence you have in your ball club. You just let them play through that, and it worked out.
Yeah, I told them before the game that I love the lion in them. This group has a lot of lion in them. There's just so much fight in them, you know. And you know, they don't seem rattled.
Right.
They were down, multiple times, and they just like old lion laying there at the zoo. You know, everybody's walking by, just doesn't get flustered by anything. I just love that in this group, and they just kept playing. They played right through it and fought their way back. So, I just love this group, and I'm just so proud of them.
Talk about the 2-1-2 zone. You went to, I think, at the start of the second quarter. Just what's your mentality with that? Because sometimes you throw it out, sometimes you don't. Just what was your thought process with that?
We went that little half-court traps, a 1-2-2, back to a 3-2 zone, and they're so good in their man-to-man, their sets. You know, if they can get into their set plays, they just feel good rhythm in those. So, you know, we just wanted to kind of mix it up right then, and it worked for a while. Probably stayed in it maybe one possession too long, you know, and then at the end of the half, we were supposed to be man on a miss, and there was, you know, I had Silas out. There was a couple subs in, just miscommunication, left the shooter open, but hey, again, down 4. Man, minute and a half and we were up 2. So just love this group and their fight, man. They put in so much time and effort on this home floor, and just have them, you know, that to be their last one on this floor. I just love it. You couldn't ask for it any better.
That's awesome. Last question, Coach. Rubber match against Chanute for a trip to the state tournament. What are your thoughts on that one?
Hey, I like my group.
There you go.
I like my group.
Thank you, Coach. You can hand off that headset, and we will talk to 6'1" senior Ethan Houck first. Ethan, congratulations on the win tonight. I know you're a great outside shooter. Your outside shot wasn't working for you tonight. What's your thought process when your outside shot isn't falling? What do you bring to the team when your outside shot isn't going down?
Well, whenever it's not going down, I get a little frustrated, but at the same time I take that frustration out and I go and attack the rebounds, and you know, I just look for my teammates that get open. I hunt the paint, kick it to the teammate that gets open. So that's my main thoughts on that. Yeah, you were a big part of the win tonight. Only 4 points in the scoring column, but anybody that knows basketball knows there's a lot more than scoring points. And you were big tonight. What do you think the difference was? You guys were very sluggish offensively in the first quarter, especially the first half of the first quarter. Then down 4 at halftime. You didn't really pull away till late in the fourth quarter, but I just felt like you guys, for the most part, dominated the Grizzlies in the second half. What turned the tide?
So first half, Altamont, they do a great job of just slowing our offense down, how they play their defense, and I mean, we just really couldn't pick it up in the first half. And during halftime, Coach, he was telling us how we just need to pick it up, attack them, just keep attacking them. We weren't getting many calls, as you guys could see, but I mean, just keep attacking them, find the open man. That was our main thoughts the second half, and it ended up working. So, well, your final home game as a Viking, and it was a win, and so I know you're feeling good. One last question for you. Chanute drained 15 threes against you guys last time you played. You guys split in the regular season. What are your thoughts as you go up there Friday night? Oh, I mean, we know they can shoot, so going into that game, we're just going to have to get better closeouts, really, just play the gaps better, play better off-ball defense. And I mean, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but their point guard, Carter Coombs, he actually got COVID, and he knocked down, 5 of them when we played. So hopefully we can benefit from that.
Maybe that's why the score was 38-35 tonight.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was out, so that's a tough break for the Blue Comets. Well, Mr. Houck, you've had a great career on the gridiron and the hardwood. It's been, and I know you play baseball as well, so keep it going, and good luck Friday night.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. That was Ethan Houck, 6'1" senior. We've got a few more guys to talk to. Next up will be 5'7" senior Malachi Gatewood. Mr. Gatewood, thank you for coming up to join us. I know you didn't get into the game until late tonight. So what was your view of this game from the bench tonight. You guys got down pretty big early, but I know Coach Houck, he never seems to get stressed, and he says he doesn't get stressed because his players never really get stressed. Is that how this team is? You guys just don't worry about getting down early?
Honestly, like we've been like that since we were little.
Okay.
We've always played as a unit.
Okay.
Like going down has never really like scared us. We've always fought through it to try to get to the end. We always fight to that score at 0.
Right. Yeah.
Clock is 0.
32 minutes of basketball, not just 6 or 7 minutes. I know what you're saying. What do you think your role is, Malachi, on this team? You're obviously one of the quickest guys on the team, and you're a good ball handler. What do you think your role is, and what do you bring to this team?
Honestly, I bring more like when I'm in, I bring more like a jump, like another gear to our defense.
Mm-hmm.
I keep them like I try to make sure that like we're still good. Try to keep our defense good. Try not to lack on nothing. Try to make sure that we're just like keeping up the tempo, not giving up.
Okay.
Yeah, you seem to be. I mean, I watch you all the time, and you seem to be a good leader. So I mean, that's what it takes is to have that voice and be positive. So.
Honestly, like when I used to live in Pitt, I had to play varsity as a freshman, and that just brought my leadership up from there.
Right.
I've always had to be a leader. I never knew what it was like to sit back.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Congratulations on the win, and we will be rooting hard for you guys up at Chanute on Friday night. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Next up, we will have 6-foot senior Julius Smith-Reese, Mr. Everything tonight for the Vikings. 10 rebounds.
Mr. Second half this whole year.
Yeah, 25 points. Julius, I don't think we ever got to talk to you last season. I could be wrong, but I know I wanted to, and maybe Coach couldn't get you up here. 20 points for you in the second half tonight. 25 to lead all scorers tonight. You do a lot more out there on the floor than just score, but first things first, let's focus on those 25 points, especially the 20 in the second half. And you've been doing that for at least the better part of the last month. You've just exploded in the second half. What's that all about? How are you having these big second halves for the Vikes?
I'm not really sure. It just really happens. So I really got to, I have to thank my teammates when I have a rough first half. They kind of pick me up going into the second. So really a lot of thanks to them.
I noticed your footwork is like, it's almost like in the first half you're just kind of like wearing it down a little bit, but then the second half your footwork and your moves are just so much smoother. It's just like you find that spot, and then you go up and you go up hard, and if you don't make it, you're getting fouled. So I mean, that's what it seems like the last 5 or 6 games.
Yeah.
Even in those tough losses that we had against Pitt and Chanute, I mean, I know you had some solid games there too.
Yeah.
Well, Julius, you're listed, and I'm sure this is pretty accurate. The roster has you as 6 feet tall. Now, that's the same size as a lot of guards that play high school basketball. So you're never the biggest guy down in the paint, but I've never seen you look intimidated down there. What's it like playing amongst the trees? You're probably, a lot of times you're probably the strongest guy down there, but you're definitely not the tallest. What kind of challenge is that, being a 6-footer down in the paint?
I just got to use more of my strength down there and not be intimidated and be more confident. So.
Okay. Last question. It seemed to me that when Hudson Baker, their 6'6" freshman, anytime he was on you, you were looking to attack. Is that accurate? You're trying to take advantage of the freshman?
Yeah.
And he'll have a good career for Labette County, but you guys certainly took advantage of his youth and inexperience tonight. Huge second half, huge night. Congratulations to you and the team. Good luck Friday night.
Thank you.
So that was Julius Smith-Reese. We got one more guy to talk to. That'll be 6'2" senior Silas Hickle. Silas, congratulations on the win tonight. You guys are headed to the sub-state championship game up in Chanute. I know you got tagged with a couple of fouls early, and it limited your minutes a little bit. But let's talk about that first. How does that change things for you as far as your aggressiveness goes when you get 2 early fouls? I know a couple of times I thought maybe you kind of had to back off just a little bit on defense, but does it change your mentality when you get tagged with a couple of early fouls?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Got to stay strong, fight strong all the time, yeah.
Okay. Now, you guys were down big early, came back, got the lead, and then you were still down 4 at halftime. And then you guys just, for the most part, really took it to the Grizzlies in the second half. What turned the tide, in your opinion? Why were you guys able to get out to what ended up being unbelievably a 12-point win, what looked like it could have easily been a 4 or 5 point game?
I think we were just more aggressive getting to the paint the second half. Yeah, way more than the first half, and we hit a lot more free throws.
Yeah, the free throws started to go down, especially during that fourth quarter. So, Silas, yeah, you've had a great career, and it's not over yet. You got to win your last home game. Final question for you. What are your thoughts going up against Chanute for the third time this year?
It's going to be a hard-fighting game. They got a lot of great shooters, but we're just going to have to play way better defense than we did last time.
Right.
And we should be good.
All right. Well, Silas, I appreciate your time. Congratulations and good luck Friday night.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was 6'2" senior Silas Hickles of the Parsons Vikings. They win it 69-57. I don't think, did we even get to go down the scoring column yet? Yeah, real quick, we'll run down the scoring totals first. For the Grizzlies, they were led by Eli Heston with 23. 21 points tonight for Alex Meister, so 44 of their 57 from those two guys. 6 points for Trey Vincent, 4 points for Chase Carnahan, and 3 points for Hudson Baker. Leading the way for the Vikings tonight, their 6-foot senior Julius Smith-Reese with 25, 17 for Swanson, 9 for Jesse Jones, 8 for Silas Hickles, 6 tonight for Cedric Webb, and 4 points for Ethan Houck. And Tony, 69-57. Vikes get their 11th win of the year to go to 11-7. The Grizzlies finish their year at 7-13, and boy, oh boy, what a night it's going to be up in Chanute a few nights from now.
I mean, I feel like the last 5 games, I feel like we played pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, even in that loss to Chanute, the 15 threes, the loss to Pitt, 13 threes.
Right.
So, and then, I felt like we've had a solid game against Fort Scott. We had a solid game tonight. Rough start.
Right.
But their overall game was solid. I think we can definitely go down to Chanute and pull out a win.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it sounds like, I haven't heard anything besides what Ethan said.
Right.
That Carter Coombs may be out.
Yeah.
Which is, bad deal.
Yeah, that anytime I hear something like that, I think what I think about? I think about Derek Williams and his injury in Sub-State last year.
Unfortunate.
So that is a very tough break for the Blue Comets if that is accurate, which I can only assume that it is. So that's going to wrap it up for the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. Once again, the Vikings get the win tonight over the Grizzlies, 69-57. So for Brady Magner back in the studio, and for Tony and Drew Fuentes, this is Scott Merle saying thanks for listening and good night from Parsons.